Sanbonani, hello my beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zozo and I share a little bit about style, a little bit about lifestyle, and also I have been committing to 10 vows that I live and achieve on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis. And today is a reflection of the vows that I wrote for myself and I have been practicing and committing to. It's almost 2 months with these vows. So I'm going to go through the list of the vows that I made to myself as an intentional way of pouring into myself, but also committing to myself. And the why of why I made these vows is that I find myself at the age of 48 realizing that all my life I have been raised to believe that it's about serving others before I put myself, in the front seat. And then becoming a mother also sort of perpetuates that you take care of your family, you take care of everyone around you before you take care of yourself. But I think that I've always had that sense of taking care of myself. I'm a Libra, I thrive in good spaces, in beautiful spaces, in beautiful experiences. So I've always seeked those moments, but it has never been intentional. And with time, when I turned 40, I realized that I've actually enjoyed solo traveling. The first time I came to Denmark, it was solo traveling. I was only 21 and I was by myself. And that was a huge step. The first time outside of South Africa, coming to a foreign country in Northern Europe, it was cold. And I think there was a thrill in that adventure, the sense of adventure. And my background is I studied dance, and I feel like dance also exposed me to these experiences, to these spaces, would go and perform in places that I never dreamt of performing as a child who grew up in Soweto. So I think writing these vows at the age of 48 after my divorce, it's almost 7 years now, and my kids are grown. My youngest is 18 and my son is 21, 22, 22, 23. Oh my God. No, my son is 23. Oh my God. Yeah. And I'm 48. Menopause. Please bear with me. I've got big kids now. It means that I have time between my hands to focus on myself, to pour into myself without feeling bad. Because when you're a mother raising small kids, it's all about pouring into the family and making sure that the routines are followed. They eat at the right time. The meals are served at the right time. You pick them up at the right time. You put them to bed. You read stories. All these things. Now my son has moved out of the house, and my youngest is barely living with me. She's here, and I once in a while I cook, and I always have to check out with her if I should cook. So I am almost in the stage of living alone, and that means that I do have time. Like right now, before I finish this reflection vlog, I am actually going out. I just got some new skates, and I'm actually going out to skate because I asked her, should I make dinner for tonight? And she's like, no, I'm going out with friends. I'm like, okay, makes it easy for me. Then I don't have to be here and cook and be around 6 for meals. And I can't insist. I mean, she's 18 and she's becoming her own self, and I have to also create space for that. But I also do insist on having time together. So I derailed, I digressed. But those are my whys, like really being intentional about doing things for myself and putting myself first, but also getting to know myself more and more as I age. Because what happens is that as women, I can only speak for women and not all women, as women and mothers, we spend so much time pouring in others that we forget to even know what we like. What is our favorite color? Do I enjoy traveling alone? Do I enjoy sitting at a restaurant alone and eating? Do I just enjoy sitting at a cafe and people watching and reading a book? Those things, that small things that you need to know about yourself. And I feel like at this time in midlife, if you do have kids that are bigger, it's that time of rediscovering yourself and maybe who are you on the other side of of age. Because when you're 25-year-old, your priorities are different, the time is different, the resources are different. And then at 48, there's also a difference. So I made these 10 vows. I actually wrote 50 vows, but I said I will take 10 vows at a time. and I might achieve all of them and I might not, but the whole idea is that I've written them down and I can always go back and look back. And the first vow was to restart my YouTube channel. And restarting my YouTube channel has helped me to come back and share about these vows. Like gave me the reason to share and create content. And hoping that whoever that is watching, one woman who's like myself, going through this phase of life, would be inspired to say, hey, let me also start that, just write 3 vows and commit to them. So I restarted this YouTube channel, and it's still a journey. I'm still trying to, harness and hone my voice as what it is about. And I know I'm passionate about a lot of things, and that's why you see a lot, but I'm hoping that with time, I will, it will have a direction. So YouTube channel, that was my first vow. Reconnect with the YouTube channel. I am a runner and I'm a dancer as well, and I do yoga and I do strength training for my own sake. But running, I used to be an Essex front runner ambassador for 5 years, was sponsored by Essex. I have a lot of shoes and running clothes, so I don't have any excuse not to run. So after my contract ended in December with Essex, I had to find a new identity as a runner and not as an Essex front runner ambassador. It almost like a breakup. It felt like a breakup. And like, who am I after Essex? And the best way of committing to myself was to commit to my weekly runs. I run once and twice a week. I join social runs. I run with people, I run alone. I run alone. I enjoy running alone. Then I can pace myself. I can decide how far I go, yeah. And also just feeling the joy and the solitude that comes with running. So that was vow number 2, committing to my weekly runs all the way. And my son and I are actually planning to run our first marathon. He got an entry. I'm still waiting for an entry, so I don't know. But I'm going to train like I'm running my first marathon next year in May. So yeah. And then my third vow was the solo dates, activities where I go out, attend events, sign up to concerts. Right now it's summer in Denmark. It's warm. There are a lot of outdoor activities. Just go, go to Malmö on a day trip, go to Aarhus to visit my brother. Just get out, instead of sitting, because in winter we spend a lot of time indoors. So it's just about getting out and not waiting for anyone to invite me. And if someone invites me and I feel like it's amazing, but like really take the initiative to go out, whether it's just sitting by a cafe, nearby cafe, and read a book or write on my computer. Just get out and just be outside. So I've been doing that. I'm improving my skating. I am better than when I started, and I was using my daughter's old skates and they broke, and it was a good excuse to say, you know what, no, I don't need to buy new ones. But I was like, no, I need to buy new ones so that I can commit to my goal of skating, rollerblading. I call it skating, rollerblading the whole summer, because this is the time, and summer is so short in Denmark. So after this, I am getting out there to practice my skating. I'm much better. I can do it on my own now. I don't need help, which is a good thing. Looking my best. I've been sharing on my videos different ways of styling one outfit, and also just shopping in my wardrobe and showing you how to wear a pair of white shorts in 3 ways. And this is my own take, but it's also a way of hopefully inspiring someone to see if they have a pair of white shorts, see if they have a tank top that they can style in different ways. Summer doesn't have to be a new wardrobe, but you can get like the basics in your wardrobe and then play with them. So that is me. And also when I go out, look my best, whether it's a cafe, whether it's to the dentist, whether it's just me going out to buy groceries, look my best in a way that I feel comfortable. I don't have to be overdressed or, like formal or anything, but just look my best. In that way, I also feel my best. And the other one is daily training. I have not been good at documenting my daily training, but I train every day. Every second day, kettlebells. Every second day, mobility training, yoga. And on weekends, it's running. And then I also do, strength training and walks in the evenings after dinner. I don't eat after 7. And I make sure that in summer, I take like a 30-minute walk. And the beautiful thing now is that during one of the social runs, that is sponsored by Boost, which is like a clothing company here. I won a watch. It looks like Garmin watch, but it's polar. And now I have to document whatever that I'm doing, my walks and all that. I've never been that person, but somehow I feel so committed to my walks because I can see, you know, and my watch says it's time to get moving, which is really strange, but I do get up and move. So I do that daily walks, daily training, and I also want to commit to my swimming. I am still not a confident swimmer, but honestly, I have been slacking in going to the swimming hole. So that's also one of the things, just movement daily. And then number 7 is asking for help. I am going through something right now where I'm been experiencing very, very severe panic attacks. They don't come as frequent, but when they do come, they're debilitating. And I am seeking help with regards to telling my doctor, who sent me further to see a psychologist and a group therapy, so that I'm handling that, because anxiety and panic attacks are real, especially when you're going through perimenopause. They just hit you in a different way. Asking for help when I feel overwhelmed, asking for help when I feel like I want to isolate, because when I get overwhelmed, I want to isolate, call someone, talk to 4 people about the same problem, cry as much as I can, and then it's out there instead of, having to deal with things myself. I'm a Libra. I usually just, but I'm getting better at that. Asking for help. That is also a vow, a promise that I've kept to myself. Improve my knitting. Guys, I made a scarf, and wait for autumn. I will show you how to style this beautiful scarf that I made. It's thick, it's short, short and stumpy, but it is a scarf, and the wool is llama, so I'm excited. I made a scarf. And I'm committing to my knitting group after in autumn. We're starting again. Now I want to make another scarf that's like very fancy and very popular. It's more complicated, but I've made a basic scarf. So, and number 9 is solo time. Solo time can be me going for a skate. Solo time can be me on the couch reading a book. I am currently rereading this book. I've read it before. I find it so humorous, but also very true. So I'm rereading it because I feel like the things that I need to be reminded of, about abundance, about money, about wealth, about feeling, like money is important, and yeah, just to debunk all the myths about money and that people with a lot of money are evil. So this is my summer read. I tend to reread my books, and I've made it a point that when I go to my dentist in Malmo, I spoil myself with a copy of Vogue, and this one is the latest one. And last time I went to Malmo on a getaway, I bought this one, and I just love the covers, and I use them on my coffee table as a way of decorating, but also when I don't know what to do, I can just grab it and read. I don't read it, like I savor. Yes. And then number 10 is reading 50 minutes daily. I'm still slacking on that, but I am reading in the evening. Actually, I do read in the evening, not in the morning, but I do read in the evening, 15 minutes and until I fall asleep. So I feel like I have accomplished, and I'm still accomplishing some of my vows, but now I need to think, what is the next thing? I would love to commit to the other 10 vows that are coming out of the 50, but I also want to, to get more in depth with why I started this YouTube channel, and also share my journey as a 48-year-old Black woman who lives in a predominantly white country, who's been married and is divorced, and I've got children who are mixed heritage, and I've had to start a new career, study again, become a teacher, suffered a burnout, and have not been working for 4 years because of the things that I have been suppressing, and be not allowing myself to be angry, because as Black women, we always are very conscious on how we become angry, because we are afraid to be labeled Black and angry and aggressive, but that's coming out. Menopause, there's just so much that I want to share, but I'm not sure where to begin, but I will begin where it makes sense. And if there's anything that you think this could be interesting to hear about you, Zozo, and of course you always share within limits of your personal life, but I would be happy to. So I think what I would love to experiment with next time is how did I get here? I asked the question, how did I get here physically where I am in Copenhagen? But how did I get here, like mentally and spiritually, in terms of the lifestyle that I lead, with my movement daily, with my meditation, with me making sure that I look my best, taking care of myself in the best way I can, and just spreading kindness and joy, and just insisting to be softer now, because I feel like I've been angry for a very long time, but my anger has been suppressed because there was just so much to lose. And now I'm 48 and I am like allowing myself to be angry, and I'm going through this therapy where someone else is giving me permission to be angry, and it is actually helping me to put the anger into words on how it feels, and where it could be coming from, and how to handle that. So there's a lot, but this was a reflection on the 10 vows that I committed to for the last 2 months. And I am happy to say that I have been doing it, and I will continue to see if I can find ways of, committing to those vows, because it's all about a lifestyle. And I did say in the beginning that the vows that I created were things that I always wanted to learn, things I always wanted to improve, things that I learned but never really excelled at, and things that I felt like I did not try hard enough. If I did, I probably would have mastered it, like knitting, like skating, like swimming. These are the things that are still important to me. And some things come easy because I've been doing them without really putting a lot of effort. So, and I'm also in a space where it's okay if I don't succeed in all of them. It's okay. So I hope that this reflection of the part, this video on the reflecting is inspiring you to get started where you are. And summer is the best time to begin if you're in the north, because winters can be heavy. Winters are for hibernating and just tucking in with heavy and warm stuff. But summer is just like freedom and carefreeness and just new energy, renewed energy. So maybe you can channel this energy, renewed energy, and vibrance and freshness and warmth, showing this beautiful skin, making sure it's getting all the sunlight that has been deprived of for the last 6 months. Channel that into something that is beautiful, that I can look back in autumn and say, you know what, I did the best I could. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share as well. And thank you for coming here. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me reflect and be all over the place. Thank you. I appreciate you. Until the next one. Oh, and don't forget to let me know, where do you think I should start? Should I start the new series of how did I get here? Both physically, that I am in Copenhagen, live here, I've been living here for more than 25 years, or spiritually, with moving my body, with meditation, with just approaching life in a more gentler and softer and kinder way, and also feeling like anything that's hard, no, I don't want to be part of it. Any drama, I don't want to be part of it. Anyways, I had already said thank you for watching, and until the next one,